Okay, so combining like terms, like a term, so just a term, are all the parts that are being added, subtracted, multiplied, or divided in an equation or an expression. So basically anything besides an operation sign is a term. So like terms, though, are when we have terms in an expression or equation that are alike or common. So if we had, say, let's put in another number here. Let's say plus 6. Okay, so that's another term. The 6 is another term. But like terms, so now I've got the 6x and the 2x. Those are really telling me that I have 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6 x's, and then I'm going to subtract 2 x's from that, because notice it's a minus, there's a minus here, so minus 2x. So the x's are like terms because they are alike, and the 5 and the 6 are plain old regular numbers, so those are alike. So I put arrows, color-coded arrows, by what we would consider like terms. So this whole video is about when we combine, which means we add or subtract. That's all combining means, okay? It's not multiplying, it's not dividing, it's just adding or subtracting like terms or similar variables and plain old numbers. I have x plus 7 plus x minus 4. And I did this one to remind me that x is really like 1x. Okay? And then I want to put some sort of circle around my like terms, so those will be green, my x's. If they're the same variable, remember they are like terms. And then I'll change colors. And remember my operation is going to go in plus 7 and a minus 4. Regular old numbers are like terms also. So I've got my x's, this here, and this here. Those are like terms. So when I combine my 1x plus 1x, I get 2x's. And then I've got my plus 7 and my minus 4. So plus 7 minus 4 would be a plus 3. So I can't combine any of that anymore because that's like 2x's and 3. So these are not the same as these, so they can't be smushed together. Another slide here, I've got 3x plus 2 minus x plus 10. So I'm going to put my x's together. So I've got, oops, so I've got 3x. Oh, I don't want it to be purple. Sorry, guys. I don't want it to be purple. I do want it to be purple. I got a 3x and a minus x. So I can also underline them, and maybe underlining them might be helpful for some of you if you are having trouble with the circles. If you don't write neatly, sometimes your circles can go like over the top of the plus or the minus sign, and then you kind of forget about that. So you don't want to do that. So I've got, oops, I've got x, 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 and then I'm taking away another x because this is a minus x. So because I'm taking away an x, I can kind of cross one off like that. So then I've got plus 2 and a plus 10. So I've got 1, 2, and then I'm going to add 10 to it. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 9, 10. So then altogether that's 12, and then the 2 x's. So that would be 2x plus 12. Lastly, I've got 15 to show you, I'll say it all, 15 plus 2y minus 8 plus 6y. This is supposed to show you that it doesn't have to be the variable that comes first. Okay, so I've got my 15 and 2 y's, that's not the same, so I'm looking for any other regular numbers. I've got a minus 8 and a plus 6y, that's not the same. So in red, I just have the two regular numbers, and then I've got a plus 2y and a plus 6y. So I'm going to combine any of the like terms that I can. So I've got 15 minus 8, and you could, if you wanted, you could rewrite it, minus 8 plus 2y plus 6y. You could rewrite it like that before you go ahead and do any simplifying. This might be a good idea if you have a hard time doing mental math in your head and getting it correct. So I know some of you think, oh, I'm good at that. If you're not getting them correct all the time, then this would be a really good step for you. So 15 minus 8 is 7. Plus, I'm going to leave that sign the same there. So notice how it was a plus here, so it's going to be a plus there. Plus 2y, so that's a y. Oops, having a hard time here. Y and a y. And a y, 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 y. 6 y's. That's where this number 6 comes from, is just telling me how many y's I have. So I've got 2 y's plus 6 y's. That would be 8 y's altogether. So my answer is 7 plus 8y. I can't smush anything else together because this is over here talking about 7 regular numbers, and this is just talking about how many y's I have. So can't put y's with regular numbers. So that would be my final answer. So that's how you combine like terms. And anytime you have an expression or an equation, sort of like how we look for order of operations, what can we do first? You need to start looking now for combining like terms. Anytime you can do that before you solve anything is going to make your life a whole lot easier. So be on the lookout for any time like terms aren't already combined, and then smush those like terms together.